Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ritual Flow. For today's reading, we're looking at the energy surrounding this upcoming Mercury retrograde. This is going to be a very intense retrograde. I'm going to break it up into two readings. Right now, we're going to focus on Mercury stationing retrograde and moving through Capricorn. I'll do a separate reading when it moves back far enough into the sign of Aquarius. So for this reading, this period of time will cover December 13th through December 23rd. So for this portion of the Mercury retrograde, every retrograde is a period of time to review, reflect, reevaluate. And in particular, what we're going to be reevaluating here during this period of time is how we're communicating. And in particular, how you're, the ways in which you've been suppressing communication, the ways you've been cold and standoffish when it comes to speaking up about your goals, your intentions, what it is you truly desire and want in your life. There's a rethinking here about how honest you've been with yourself and with others. Rethinking what it is that you've been nervous and worried about with regards to expressing what's truly inside you. Okay, so with that being said, we will go ahead and pull some cards on this energy and get a little more insight about this period of time. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not everything will resonate with everyone. Don't try to force something to fit if it's not matching your energy. Okay. So in particular, one thing that's on your mind heavily during this period of time is an important decision that you need to make, that you've been, or perhaps one that you have already thought you made, depending on your situation. Okay. So thinking about this decision, whether you have it made up in your mind or not, you're going to be revisiting this, being concerned about whether you made the right decision, whether you're making the right decision, what the right decision is. You're not expecting to be communicating this decision during this period of time. You may have a sudden impulse to make this clear, to come clean about what you've been thinking, the decision that you've made. What I'm getting also is that you may just be in thought about it during this period when it's in Capricorn, and then when the energy moves back into Sagittarius, you may feel a little more free to express that. One of the challenges that you've had with regards to making this decision, with regards to speaking up about your decision, is the amount of effort it requires on your part. This feels like a very big decision, like a life-changing emotional decision for you. And I'm seeing there may have been a tendency to delay it, to avoid it because of how difficult it is. Something is devoid of emotion. There's definitely been some sort of like emotional suppression going on here. It's like not feeling like, it's like delaying making the decision, delaying speaking up about it because of the amount of emotional effort it's going to take to carry it through. But once you make this decision and speak about it and enact it, you're going to immediately start seeing changes in your life. There is an element to this decision that it involves leaving something behind that has been very painful for you, that's no longer serving you and adding to your life, in order to transition to a new place, to a fresh start. Something about making this decision is a karmic lesson for you. That also adds to the difficulty of it. This is a major shift, a major outcome for your life. It feels like so much has been hanging on this decision and your willingness to speak up about it. But you will experience a big turning point once you allow yourself, like through this period, to settle on what your answer is. There's advice here to look towards the future, to look towards what creates an element of growth for you, expansion for you. Things have been very like rough and tumultuous, but like stagnating in that state of like chaos. And you're wanting to create something lighter, something more peaceful. There's a strong message here of letting go of the past. And allowing yourself to create a future that feels more real, more grounded, more aligned for you. There's some sort of past emotional situation that's been weighing on you heavily and blocking you from having a new opportunity that holds a lot of promise for you. Okay, let's clarify each of these cards and get a little more detail about what's going on here, what this decision might be about. Let's look at the Two of Swords first. Yeah, it feels like in this period of delay, in hanging back from making the effort that's necessary for this decision, you've sort of been on autopilot, like going through the motions, keeping up with the norm of what your life has been previously. This decision involves taking control, like taking the control back of your life. You're feeling conflicted about that. You're worried about the conflict that that's going to create. Like something about you taking back your power to live the life that you want to live. It's going to create some sort of disruption for someone else. And it may feel like a slow and arduous process, like you're starting over to have a new beginning, but you, like in that, you're choosing to do something that ultimately makes you feel more solid, more stable, that opens an opportunity for like your finances, your material resources to grow in a way that they haven't been. You may be also making some sort of offering. Like, I heard peace offering. Like some sort of like financial peace offering to someone, or, you know, it doesn't have to be, but it could be for some. Something to like ease this like conflict that like choosing a new path creates for you. And like in making this decision, you have to accept the responsibility of doing this hard work that comes with this change. This is part of a lesson you're learning about how you undertake commitment. It's like you've committed yourself to something that doesn't feel in alignment with you. And choosing to, it's like choosing to leave that commitment behind is going to stir up some drama. And that's sort of like what you've been delaying, because it's going to be difficult for you to move through that, to stay steady and focused on your ultimate goal of like taking action toward experiencing the success and like fulfillment like of wishes that you want to see, because like something hasn't been going the way that you would have expected it to, and this is why you're feeling the need to choose a new path. You feel like you have been conforming to some sort of standard, some sort of tradition, like following a recipe for what's supposed to bring success in life. And like in following that, it's left you disappointed. It hasn't been as... It was the safe option, but it hasn't gotten you to where you wanted to go. Things have been very slow moving, even after a long period of time. And you haven't seen the results that you would have expected. So it's almost like there's this choice to choose a new approach to really have what it is that you want to see in your life. Let's look at the Knight of Swords. Yeah. It's like something about this fear surrounding like speaking up about the decision that you want to make. Like you're looking back at the past. There may also need to be like some communication about what has happened in the past. How you've been, like how you got into the situation that you're not pleased with. How you feel disappointed by it, and what sort of like new structures you want to put in place in order to see your wishes fulfilled. You're needing to speak up about like taking charge, taking control of the situation, wanting to have a new beginning, a new approach, new ideas about the future that you want to see for yourself. It requires a lot of hope and faith in this goal, in this dream, in this vision that you have for your life, in order to make this step and speak up. And that's something that you're going to be thinking on during this period of time. What it is that you truly wish to see in the future that's different from what you've seen in the past. You want to have peace. You want to have like an experience of like your life feeling renewed, refreshed. I almost said knife. There could be some element of, in this past situation, feeling like you were betrayed or misled, like stabbed in the back in some way. And like needing to draw a line somewhere to like set yourself up for success, to protect yourself from a situation of like preventing that from happening again, because that wasn't a part of the vision that you shared for your future. Yeah, you really desire a new beginning, to create something different. You're feeling inspired about it during this time. You see some sort of potential, some sort of opportunity to grow something different. And at this point, there's no clear indicators. Like this could have something to do with your career. This could be dealing with relationships or anything else in your life that you've made some sort of commitment to that you're wanting to see change in. We'll see if anything else comes out to specify a little more. Let's look at the 8 of Crystals. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. From like putting off taking responsibility for the situation that you're in and taking responsibility for creating a new situation for yourself. It's like avoiding like putting in this effort. And like I recognize it's not an easy thing to do. it will take a lot. Like, it takes a lot of effort. And you've been holding yourself back from it. In doing so, you've been keeping yourself from being happy. You've been holding yourself hostage, like restricting yourself in this mental prison of your own making, because it's like it's almost as if the longer you put off this decision and like doing the work necessary to enact it, it's been making things more and more difficult for you. Things may have happened in your life where the longer you wait, like the more things start to go wrong in your life, and the more you have to deal with on top of this decision. Waiting has not been doing you any favors. It's just been sort of like prolonging this misery that you're experiencing and holding you back from having the success, having the growth, the forward movement that you want to see in your life. It's been keeping you from having a win. It's just like, it's this energy of like losses keep piling on top of one another because you haven't been taking responsibility for setting aside, leaving behind what's truly weighing you down in order for you to create a win for yourself. Let's look at the Six of Swords. Okay. There is some sort of there's a couple different messages going on here. If this is a relationship that you're feeling the need to leave behind something and move towards something else, there is some extra confirmation here that there is something better, something more aligned for you in the future. If that was something that worried you, not being able to find a better situation, not being able to find something that allowed you to feel more free and excited about life, something that felt more balanced in the give and take in the situation, there is confirmation that when you leave behind something that's not working for you, there is a better opportunity available for you to connect with. You may have felt like in the previous situation, like you were just receiving breadcrumbs. And moving on from that allows you to find something more spiritually guided, a new journey that feels more aligned with your values, where you can have an experience of reciprocity as opposed to just like feeling like the benefactor all of the time. It's like an energy of something that feeds your soul in the same way that you've been feeding into someone else, possibly materially. And if this doesn't feel related to a relationship for you, this is just, there is this element here of like moving away from a situation that doesn't align with your values any longer, because it feels like your values have changed somewhat. Like you have a fresh perspective on your life and what you desire, what you want to feel, what you want to be receiving and connecting with. And choosing to leave behind what's no longer aligned opens up the possibility to connect with something that brings you back into a sense of balance and harmony. Once you allow yourself and like commit to doing the work of moving through this decision and sticking with it, you're going to feel free in a way that you haven't in a long time. And at the bottom of the deck right now is the Five of Pentacles. This may be something that you're worried about in the relationship. You may be worried about being alone and not connecting with a new partnership that's better, but that's not something that's like fruitful for you to worry about here. It's like deciding whether you want to be alone, surrounded by people and unhappy, or risk being alone without people and have a possibility for happy. But the opportunity is clear for you to connect with like another person that brings like a different energy to your life than what you've been experiencing. And there could potentially be some sort of financial loss that you're worried about in making this decision. That may just be a necessary consequence of doing what's better for your like mental, emotional, spiritual health. It may require some sort of like monetary sacrifice. You know, if this is about leaving a job that doesn't value you, then it's like you may have to decide to accept a different job that doesn't pay you as much, but that isn't so stressful and doesn't wear you down so much, that actually like you get excited to go to. And, you know, if this is a person, there may need to be some sort of like settlement. You may lose some money temporarily in order to find a greater sense of emotional fulfillment in the future. All right, let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Okay, so I mentioned something earlier about like making this decision, doing the work to head down this new path. This is clearing some sort of karma for you, some sort of karmic tie, working through some sort of karmic event. It's like you're going to be going on a new emotional journey. You may feel kind of nervous to start something new, but it's important to focus on, like, to be curious about the possibility. like, rather than worrying about what you're losing, what you're leaving behind, is because, like, you spent a lot of time with it. You know that there's nothing else there other than what you've got in that. And so choosing to move forward on this new journey, it opens up a possibility to feel things in a different way, to explore your feelings more deeply, to grow and cultivate something that's going to be more long-lasting than what you are leaving behind. Like, moving down this path brings a reward, brings like this completely new life-changing experience. It brings this sort of like enlightenment, this like opening. Like, I'm seeing something like cracked open of yourself. Being able to make this decision is the compassionate decision for yourself. With this Five of Wands over here, it feels like maybe you've been holding off this decision out of like fear of what other people think, what other people are going to feel, how they're going to react. But that's been at your expense. And once you commit to making this change, there's going to be like a very sudden shift in how you feel. It's like you may have been waiting years to feel this way, or like not even be aware that you could feel this way, that you could feel so deeply, or like feel so much more than what you do presently. You're going to feel much more emotionally secure. That's part of the reward that you receive for choosing this path. There are some other indicators here that this can involve, particularly a love relationship. It will bring something much more stable, long-term, spiritually connected, very loving and nurturing and stable. And at the bottom now we have Justice. So, this turning point may involve some sort of legal agreement. You may have to sign some documents to like make this official before you see this change. That's just for some. Predominantly, what this does is brings things back into balance in your life. It's almost, there's like something that happened in your past, particularly with a relationship, that may have hurt you deeply. Something someone did or said, or how you were treated, how you were like viewed or taken for granted in some way. Some sort of disrespect that may have occurred. And it's like following through with this decision and choosing something different for yourself. While it may be heartbreaking to come to terms with that, this is the effect that it creates. This is the experience of justice for the karma that was created, that was incurred. And this new relationship possibility, if this is what your situation is about, there is like a balanced, like mutual exchange reiterated again. Like this is the fulfillment of that wish. This is like the long-term vision that you desired to create is on this new path. Let's look at the Three of Wands. Yeah. So you may feel like you've been having to juggle a lot. Like I said, like those losses stacking on top of one another in this previous situation, feeling like you have a lot of ups and downs in your life. Like just when you think something might turn around and get better about the situation that you've been in, something else happens. And with choosing to separate yourself from like that karmic energy, the thing you've been holding on to, that's like creating this draw on your energy in a negative way, like reprioritizing yourself in the future, like what you want to build is the best perspective that you can take for yourself here. Like choosing to build a whole new foundation, to collaborate with someone or something that like builds something more solid. There's like a greater sense of teamwork wherever you're going. And like that's something that you want to prioritize in the future. You want to prioritize your ability to grow, to feel stable, particularly financially. But, you know, there are deep emotional ties to this as well. It's like I'm getting this message that you may not be able to feel emotionally stable unless you're feeling financially stable, and that like something you've been dealing with previously has been a drain on your material resources and therefore on your emotional resources. Making this decision is going to allow you to be much more comfortable in the future. Like focusing on the future that you want to create for yourself, regardless of what's going on now. It's like going to attract people or someone to you that you can have a different experience with, that you can be like on a team with, that allows this like more prosperous feeling. You will be very grateful that you chose to think of your future and prioritize what's going to be best for you. We have the Eight of Wands here. Yeah. There's definitely communication is necessary. Making this decision about your desire is necessary in order to create movement. And it's like you're going to be surprised, because you've been avoiding this for so long. And once you finally face it and make this decision, you're going to be very surprised at how quickly things change in your life, how quickly things move, how quickly things start to turn around, things look better. The losses stop piling up and suddenly things start to go right. You'll feel like you're on top of things again. Grounded, you know where you're going. You know you're actually getting somewhere, that things are growing, that you're actually able to build wealth, build stability in your life. To have healing of whatever is in the past, and maybe even reunite with someone that's on the same page as you. But you have to commit to doing this work and letting those feelings out, not suppressing your emotions, speaking up about them in a mature and clear way. Yeah. Okay, let's pull a couple of oracle cards and see if there's anything to add before we close this out. Miracles. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like this whole decision that you've been delaying is a karmic lesson. Things are going wrong in your life. Things have been going wrong in your life because of the wrong turn that was taken and your commitment to going down the wrong path that you've been on all this time. When you choose to head down a new path, it will feel like miracles are happening in your life. It will feel more free. You will feel more free. You will feel excited about life again. You may have been having a different understanding of how life works, what life is like, but something about this process, this decision, this learning experience, learning this lesson about how you make your commitments, it's teaching you to listen to your feelings, to not ignore them and overrule them with mental comparison. That if you're not happy and something doesn't feel right to you, and there is just more and more things that add on top of that, that's your body and your spirit telling you that you have made a wrong decision and you need to make a different decision. And when you flow with that energy of where your feeling is leading you, things start to shift. You reach a turning point. Things change from everything going wrong and feeling like you're fighting against the current, because you literally are. When you allow yourself to be taken by the current, that's where miracles happen along the way. That's where your soul thrives. And this is something that you are realizing during this time of reflection here, during this Capricorn phase of the retrograde. Sort of recognizing how you've been holding yourself in this pattern, setting yourself up to not have the success that you want to have, and seeing the changes that are necessary for you to make, making them, communicating them to whoever is involved in that, in order to create a sense of fulfillment and happiness, radiance that you've been missing. Okay, so if this reading resonated with you, give it a like, comment down below, share it with someone, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you for letting me read for you. If you are interested in a personal reading with me, you can find details on how to do that in the description box below. And I will see you next time. Bye.